And believe me when I tell you this, that, having extra help at home always helps, but there is a certain kind of a feel good that comes in when you're kind of working together with the helpers and stuff and making things happen. So there are certain times when you really want to do household work and stuff, or you want to kind of clean up and tidy up and organize your desk or your wardrobe or your room, or you want to kind of do a revamping and stuff. So all of that happens when you take all of this into consideration and not depend only on the helpers. So she says that as homemaking seems like like a insignificant job, but I do feel it connects to the larger picture. And each job is important. Your father is kind of contributing to the world and stuff, but I look at finding meaning in the daily tasks. I do kind of get bored sometimes. I do not like sometimes. I find it frustrating at times and stuff. So then I go and I watch movies and I listen to some nice music and I meet my friends and I walk in the sector and stuff and I enjoy. So the point is this, that she's found this outlet to kind of channelize her negative emotions and stuff, and then she gets happy and she comes back. And it is true that, if we were kind of looking at stuff which is sparking joy in our life, it has to start from home, because that's where we all begin from. A house where you're having tempers flaring, where you're having unnecessary, thought shares and stuff, and fights and everything. Excuse me, I don't want to add that. It's not a very healthy environment to be in. So it's very important that when you start your day from where you are, there is peace and there is positivity around and stuff, because you carry this to your office. And that's where the logic of tidying up yourself comes into picture. I'm not talking about cleanliness. I'm talking about tidying up your mental space and your emotional space and stuff. And when you do that, you kind of emulate good vibes and positive vibes and stuff, and everybody can feel that positivity because you're emulating it. So so I think her thought share gives me this one idea, that it's the attitude which really that matters. So everybody works. And it's not like it's easy for people, but the point is that the more you have positive energy, the more you feel positive, the more you feel uplifted, the more that cheer and joy will spread around and stuff. And it is going to be basically helping kind of improve the world and stuff, and it may just bring about a good change, which I think most people need. How many people want to be sad? How many people want to kind of not enjoy? How many people want to feel upset? How many people want to stay angry and stuff? These are all situations which are kind of created by oneself, and even if people don't realize it, then there's always a way to kind of bounce out of those and come out of those, and that is by kind of either you stay alone, or you kind of engage yourself in positive pursuits and with relationships and people, or in environments where you feel great about yourself, and all of that can be avoided and you flow through the day. So she says that as a homemaker, I'm convinced that tidying is the most important step, and that is why your father goes to the office with a joyful disposition and stuff. So I very strongly believe, and I kind of resonate with the idea that, and I believe in the idea that, yes, if you want to kind of be more creative, and you want to have joy, and you want to have happiness, and you want to feel great, you want to kind of stay pepped up, you want to kind of have happiness, you want to kind of feel good and great, you want to kind of have solutions to yourself and stuff. It all starts with you. And if you feel stagnated or whatever, take a break, take a breather, get into situations which kind of make you feel good and great, and in that way you're actually doing away with your own mental clutter, and you are kind of also in a better position to take mindful decisions and stuff, because you're not focused on who's doing what, but you're actually focused on your own self. And there's so many people, thanks to the social media world, or thanks to Instagram, or thanks to WhatsApp, they are mostly focused on lives of other people, which I find pretty like it is pretty, I don't know, it's not a very healthy sign that you're being followed around. The moment you go online, they're posting. The moment you go offline, they're watching you, they're waiting for you, they start commenting, they start, following you in the night and stuff. So all that is a sign of unhealthy relationships and stuff. And if it is bothering you and stuff, make it a point to block those people and just do not engage with them and stuff, because this is a task that they have, that they want to kind of add filth and negativity to your life, because this is the way they feel, and this is what they are kind of born in the day to do to themselves and stuff. And maybe they don't have that kind of happiness and positivity in their own lives, no matter what designations or what posts, no matter what part of the world they are from and stuff. But if they are not respectful towards women and children and other people, and they are harassing them, then that's basically a big question on their own mental setup and stuff. No matter how dear or how friendly they've been, or how much of professional acquaintances they've been with you, but if they do not respect your boundaries, and they do not respect how you're feeling and stuff, and they do not get the picture, then it's very clear that these are not the kind of people you want to be around and stuff, So this is what I wanted to leave you on. And there are so many beautiful people. There are so many great relationships to have. There's so much of joy, happiness, ikigai. There are all kinds of people in this world and stuff. So, do not let such situations kind of bring you down and bog you down. Stay determined to kind of staying focused and devoting yourself on joyful activity, tidying yourself up, tidying up your desk, tidying up your rooms, tidying up your relationships, tidying up your offices, tidying up your thought processes and stuff. And all of that happens when you take a conscious decision and you work on it, and you kind of face, I would not say inner demons, but you face it, just face it. And when you know what is making you feel unhappy and you're not enjoying it, then it's time to kind of take a call and say no to it and walk away from it. And people say that maybe you can pray for those people. Yes, to a certain time and a point of time you can pray. But the moment the inner voice says stop praying for those people who harmed you or kind of made you feel bad and stuff, listen to your inner voice, because your inner voice and your gut instinct knows exactly what is right for you and stuff. So you might as well focus on other things, and your own family and friends and the world. And maybe you can just pray for certain causes and stuff like that, and you can add more positivity and kind of introduce more joy and lightfulness, and maybe some intelligence and happiness in your workspaces and stuff. So I'm Jashin Kapani. I'm the founder and CEO of I'm Decor Design. We're in the business of designing and manufacturing home and office decor. And there's also a very interesting discussion, and it's a concern, happiness for everybody and anybody. It's not something which is being overhyped, but it's actually a challenge many countries are seeing. And people are working really hard to pull people out of their dark spaces and stuff. So it's not just the job of therapists and everybody, it's also the responsibility and task of people around them to kind of take consideration of emotions of people they are kind of interacting with, and they're kind of being around and stuff, because at the end of the day everybody is going to think about it. So might as well leave people with some good experiences and good memories and stuff, and not let the negativity of those people take you over and stuff. So cheers to everybody on Wednesday. Enjoy yourself. Hakuna Matata. Stay hydrated. Thanks so much for your messages and your emails and your compliments and stuff. I'm doing good. I'm doing well. And yesterday I was in Delhi, and I was in a place which is totally it was totally brilliant, and it was totally outstanding. And this infrastructure of the place where I was kind of reasserted and reiterated the fact in my own mind that yes, we can have more nature, and we can have more bioarchitecture and more of bio-design stuff happening, because the whole place with the landscaping and greenery was super amazing. And I feel that such kind of models can be kind of replicated and duplicated in probably real estate projects or community projects, so nature and climate being the concern, besides just the votes and who's going to win and stuff, is really very important. We could leave that to the leaders and the country heads, because you've already given our votes. So we can look at the broader picture and the macro picture, and probably contribute in our own respective manner. So you can write to me on Justine Kapani. .im@gmail.com or jkapani@gmail.com. I'll be more than happy to connect with you offline. Take care. Bye-bye. Have a great day and enjoy yourself. And Hakuna Matata. Bye-bye.